That's right, folks. And the sense we are all talking about today has to do with the last episode of Romantically Speaking, which was all about the things we ignore going into serious relationships. We will try to finish it strong with a collection of your views on the matter. So I went on to ask my friends what their deal breakers are and the things they have learned not to play with when getting into a binding relationship. And boy, oh boy, you are in for some education today, guys. Hey, simkona maoni. Hey! So I will start with someone I will call Lady J. These are the things she considers as deal breakers. Let's go. Number 1, someone who is thoughtful. For her, the little things matter. And I tend to think that's the case for most ladies. Someone who is not all about himself, but has a sense that seeks to consider her and her feelings every time. And I think that's important for every guy to learn, because there are people who just say things and don't realize the impact it has on other people. And let me help someone on more ways to be thoughtful, okay? For instance, when someone comes to you to vent about an issue, don't be in the habit of taking that as an opportunity to also tell them about your issue. I know someone who does that, and it is really annoying, by the way. Or you're telling them just a random story and then they realize they also have a story that connects with yours and they cut you midway. These people don't have turn-taking skills. I think such people aren't good listeners, and being a thoughtful person also means being a good listener. When someone calls you to tell you some bad news they just received or a bad experience they had, let the first thing you say be, "I'm really sorry about that," because all they wanted to do was just rant and vent it out. After you've said you're sorry, then shut up. Na hiyo pole, by the way, you will say it after umesikia they have reached the tail end of their rant. In other words, being a thoughtful person is to quit being insensitive. She said another deal breaker for her is someone, and I quote, who can sit with her for hours without feeling a member. This is an interesting one. You know why? And a very valid one, because this is also top of my list of deal breakers. Did you know it is possible to have a very beautiful or handsome partner, but they are the most boring people on the planet? But I take this opportunity before we go any further to make it clear that boring is relative. Someone could be boring to you, but be the premium definition of fun to someone else. Or even maybe fun to you, but to someone else, they're just too much. Maybe you feel like they talk a lot, yet she feels like he is very fun. It happens. So in this case, when she says someone she can sit with for long without feeling bored is relative to her. In her personality, she just wants someone who matches her energy, period. Now, have you ever wondered why they say marry your best friend? Your best friend is and should be that one person you are never bored of being around, okay? Remember, it's still relative to you. And I promise you, deep down, you know him. Deep down, you know her. Oh, nadhani she does a bestie chubui zinatokeanga wapi? Why do you think when you break up with her, anaenda kuchubui kwa bestie wake? It's simple mathematics and biology. She feels safe and confident around him. He's the safe space. She feels like he understands her better. It's him she tells everything, including the issues you've been having in the relationship. Atakosa aje kuchubui? No, for real, think about it. Ukikaa na yeye within 2 hours, stories imeisha. Lakini unaona akipatana na bestie wake, they can even chat for the whole night. Story moto you guy. Hey, my guy, nganodhia. Tafuta bestie wako hata wewe. Hai, unafukusu tu hapo. Demi yako atateleza chubui huko hautaamini. Haya, number 3, not chauvinistic or chauvinistic. For those who may not know the meaning of chauvinist, the dictionary defines it as a person with a prejudiced belief in the superiority of his or her own kind. Now, in this case, she says she doesn't want a man who believes that men are better or superior to women. Because, you see, someone with such a belief system will do things to show you that he or she is the superior being. And those things will walk along the lines of mistreatment and abuse. And I can say this boils down to a point I once talked about in the earlier episodes, where I said take note of your potential partner's belief systems. Some of them you will hear them, and others you will have to see for yourself through their actions. Now, for instance, a chauvinistic man would roll with the idea that a woman is not supposed to earn more money than a man. A woman is not supposed to be ambitious and overreaching in life. That kazi yake ni kuzaa watoto tu. Ladies, I know you've come across such men who always like, nataka kukupea watoto, unizalie na unilelee watoto. Like in a manner to say that there's nothing else you're good for. Or you've been with a man who doesn't value your opinions. Anaona hakuna kitu ya maana unaweza mwambia, enda ukae huko uchunga watoto wazee wanaongea. You know, things like that. Chauvinist, I tell you. I think we are past those ages where women were shushed. They also have value and great ideas, and if you respect them enough, you'll realize that they have a sixth sense that you don't have as a man. And I bet you, the sixth sense doesn't lie. Last but not least, on Lady J's list is in fact what she called cherry on the cake. Yeah? For her, the cherry on the cake is loyalty. I think because Lady J is my friend, I know her very well on this subject of loyalty and how much it means to her. I understand that you might say that that's cliche because all ladies want a loyal man, so why would you go ahead and mention it as the cherry on the cake? But again, knowing her, I know this to be very, very important to her. Uncompromisingly important. You know, there are girls who will say, I want a loyal man, but don't mind flirting or even being the side chick of a married man, or a man who is dating someone else. Technically, wanaona she's kemunto alikuwa tu japa. Yeah, the irony, right? Najua hapo nimechokoza nyuki wengi sana. So ukiniona nimefurafura tukipatana huko nje, just know it was because of that statement. And this other one that I will add. Yeah, bado sijamaliza. We are living in the day and age that was prophesied in the Bible. Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by your name to take away our reproach of being unmarried. Somebody say amen, eh? Ask yourself and ask how many single women out here don't mind being second wives. You will be shocked. You'll hear things like, as long as he has money, or try finding out the number of them that are dating married men. Haki yako kwanza hapo. Wah, hey, ngori you guy. Ukiweka majamaa wako vibaya, kuna mdada atapita naye kama kibeti pale tao. Hapo ndo tumefika wadau. Yeah. Sharing is officially caring. And in fact, Kemunto showed us that. Squeezy. But anyway, Lady J has said that even if there's one man left on earth and he has married all 5 billion women, she would rather serve the Lord as a man. That's just her point. But Pia, there are those ladies who are extremely self-aware. The moment you cheat on them, it's over, you guys. It's over. Hakuna story hapo. Alafu, there are those who, when you cheat on them, they cheat back. Ati. Ao. Ogopa hao kabisa. They find ways to revenge. Mara anakuwekea abortion pills kwa chakula. Ama she went and cheated on you with someone else. After kumaliza kazi, hakuoga, akakuja straight kwako. Na hivyo ndio you built on another man's foundation. Uniza African njiwa atakwambia maneno vizuri. How? Hey, my God. Ogopa sana. Ogopa na roho yako yote. In fact, tafuta tu collabo na Ogopa DJs. If you know you've ever cheated on your woman, and you know she knows and didn't confront you about it, hey, Mjango, hey, kula tuko hoteli kuanzia leo. Ile majifadha anatakaza watu nayo, enda uchote mitungi 3 na ulale na ngoda ya chuma. She might circumcise you a second time ukingorota. Ubaki bila fimbo ya mea. Ogopa nani? Anyway, let's quickly move on to Mr. V. These are his opinions on the things this generation has deluded itself into thinking are no longer important or worth considering. The older generation definitely understood the concept of getting married. Our current generation wants 100%. But bro, the truth is we will never get 100 in anybody. If they can offer you 60, take it. You guys can work on 20 to push it to 80% and use love and tolerance to cover the remaining 20. Yani in short, hii generation yetu kitu inaitwa love and tolerance. Kwanza tolerance, hiyo ndo hakuna. In short supply. Anyway, seeing service in marriage as oppression. Hapo sasa. Mostly ladies are affected in this one. May we never marry women that see service as oppression in marriage, and I say an amen to that. I think what it means here is we are living in times when the girl child is now not empowered, but over-empowered, to the extent that she has lost touch with the things that decorated and defined her role as a woman. Now, we are not saying she cannot be useful in other areas of life, but she has lost pride in doing the things that make her a homemaker, such as cleaning and cooking and so forth. In this case, there's a toxic side to the empowerment that is making her see those homemaking skills as oppression. Now, if you haven't married her, and you're asking her to come cook chapo in your house, unamfanya mpaka anabeba pan kwa bag kutoka Kimbo mpaka Rongai. That is oppression, kijana. Yes. She said, mi neza sema basic manners too. Now this is Lady S speaking. Yeah, tu anasema tu her deal breakers ni basic manners. Because people are out here are really wildly. Somebody who just respects you and values you for simply being a human. I wanted to say one who is born again, but then again, aren't the same born again brothers who are showing us shege? Kuna majamaa wameokoka lakini hawajaokoka vizuri. Hey. She says kwanza hawa vijana wa kanisa ndo commanders in chief wa character development, experts, specialists, rambo kanambo wa character development. Hey, ogopa vijana wa kanisa. Sio wote lakini ogopa. Finally, we have Mr. Mjango here who adds the icing. Get together with someone who you share or can afford the same ambitions and life goals. From social goals to professional or career goals. Life goals are greatly influenced by someone's upbringing. And you people, we told you, someone's upbringing is very important. Find out how someone was brought up and you will find out whether you can coexist together. I will tell you, ignorance in this particular factor has led to very many failed marriages. If you want to be a politician, ask yourself, are you ready for that life? Are you just ready to be exposed out there? Her job is being a video vixen. Sawa, kazi ni kazi. Sawa, kazi kwa vijana. Lakini wewe, utakuwa sawa ukimwona akitwak kwa TV. Ask yourself, kwao ni mabola. She was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Her goal is to travel the world. You met her when she was jumping from one flight to another, visiting 3 countries in 24 hours. Kwenu hata hakuna mtu wako na passport. Kanisa walikuchangia uende college. Unaishi kwa bedsitter. Mbali umeenda ni ushago kwenu Mumias. Hata njia kwenda Masai Mara hujui. Mambo ya Airbus wewe hujui. Basi umepanda ni easy coach. Na unasikia umefika. Sasa ukioa msichana kama huyo, unadhani utawezana? Haya, kwao wamezaliwa watoto wawili. Their family is focused on building wealth. You'll realize wealthy people don't have many children, by the way. They own a real estate company kama Centum. Kwenu mmezaliwa watoto 9. And you also want to get 6 children. Because you are brought up to value family. Very nice. That is a very good thing. You value family, that's a good thing. Okay. Now, this one was brought up to value business, build empires, and to get wealthy. Yani what her father expects from her is to take up the family business and go on with it, build an empire, and so forth and so on. This person is focused on building wealth. Omwani, unadhani msichana kama huyu atakubali kukubebea watoto 6? Wewe unaona kama hizo life goals zina match? Yatafakari hayo. If you like today's episode, be sure to subscribe, like and share and comment. Keep it locked. The Mjango Series Podcast. That's all for today. Till next week when we talk about your ex. Adios muchachos. Peace.